more specific. You're right, it is unfair treatment, but you know, it's a little bit more specific than that.
Like I said,
Go ahead.
to be treated as human.
That's true, but you're putting it pretty. You're putting it in a nice way. You understand? You're putting it in a nice way. It's a bit, you know, it's a bit more specific than that, than what you're talking about there.
Yes, like I said. Freedom.
Specific. Why is Kaepernick? You know who Colin Kaepernick is? I'm guessing yes, based on the question. Right or wrong?
Like I said, repeat. You missed that.
I say, do you all know who Colin Kaepernick is? I'm guessing, right? I'm guessing so based on the question that you all know who he is. Now, why is he what? Explain. Give me what you understand from the whole thing.
Like I said.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
What I understand, most of the brothers understand, if I'm mistaken, is this: that Colin Kaepernick fighting for he protesting for the injustices that is done to our people, and the flag being a big part or right alongside it, right parallel and directly in alignment with the philosophy that it is right to gun down the shoot. Or his same brothers, and some of them who would come in the NFL cell, or who in the NFL, some of the family members of the NFL, the same people that he see on a daily basis, or his family members, or somebody else's family members of his same nation, he fighting for their rights. He protesting against the injustices and all the wickedness, all the killings, or the slaughters done to his people. And he protesting as an NFL player, as a fellow NFL player, to raise awareness.
Okay, to bring awareness to what?
To the injustices done to the so-called Negroes, Hispanics.
Okay, but what is the injustice? You have to give me that. You can't. Okay, always speak as if the person you're speaking to has no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. All right.
If I'm sending you into the kitchen to grab a tomato, I'm not going to say go grab the tomato. I'm going to say go in the kitchen and there's a round thing in the left side corner with a green stem on top. It's round and shiny. I'll give you a little idea of what I'm talking about, so there's no confusion. You get the point? And you have to do that because of the media, because of CNN, because of ABC, because of what was the local channels down there, TV6, TCN 6, TTT, because of the Newsday, because of the Express. You have to give a little bit more detail because the media controls public perception.
Right.
You get the point? And especially in the Caribbean amongst Benjamites, the media is designed to what we'll call throw shade on Judah. You get the point? The media is designed, and I believe this is so for all the other tribes. I haven't lived in Brazil or Colombia or El Salvador, but I believe this is the same for all the other tribes, where the media definitely makes sure Judah does not get the brotherhood, the sympathy, the empathy from his fellow brothers. You get the point? So now when you're speaking about the protest, you have to describe it and equate it the same way that them Israelis be marching for the Holocaust. You understand? You have to equate it the same way that them South Koreans is marching against the North Koreans. You have to equate it the same way as the goddamn dolphins that they like to block the streets for. The dolphin, save the whale, save the dolphin. You understand? Go in court and go to the United Nations about some leatherback turtle when black people die. You gotta be very careful about how you describe it. So the injustices is right. Colin Kaepernick decided to protest respectfully by taking a knee. because of all the police killings that were happening in America. So when you say to be treated the same, treated human, that can be blurred. That could mean let me in your restaurant. That could mean, you know, give me a job. But what he was protesting against was the executions of black men on the streets of America and black women, right? But majority black men, but black and Hispanic men. But there's sisters who done got killed too. There's Native Indian women dying in prisons, shit, damn near 2 a month that we don't hear about because, of course, the Native Indian community done so separated. But the young girls go missing on them reservations all the time. Young girls get locked up and die in the prison. You get the point? Colin Kaepernick is protesting the murder of black people. Right? Go ahead.
Because when you say the same murder, can you say the genocide of black people in America?
Okay, I wouldn't say genocide because he is not protesting abortions, right? He is not protesting heroin and crack epidemic. He might start linking it to that now, but why he initially did what he did was because of Philando Castile, Eric Garner, Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland. You know, the list goes on and on. Oscar Abrego. You get the point? I wouldn't say genocide. Genocide is more, is mass, is en masse. You get the point? It's en masse, which now you're going to have to include abortions. You're going to have to include the crack epidemic, heroin, mass incarceration, all that stuff. Although he did talk about mass incarceration, right? So what he is protesting is the murder of black men, right? The murder of black men in the streets by racist white men who have a badge and a gun, right? And in some cases, just racist white men. You get the point? That's what he's protesting. So, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, in other words, to more places like this, he protesting against the mass unjust killings of so-called black men and women in America. Because when you look at the difference between the same situations, what happened between white males and white females, as opposed to what happens in the same situation with black males and black females.
Yeah, it's okay. I with certain things, I don't like to use too much language with. I like to be blunt with it because that's what it is.
Right.
He's protesting the murder of black men and black women on the streets by racist white men. Right. You understand? And now after that, we talk about the injustice. Why is it injustice? Because the cops never pay.
Right.
Nobody goes to jail for it. Damn near ever. Damn near ever. With all the video evidence and stuff like that. So now, Colin Kaepernick is protesting the national anthem, right? He started, I believe he started sitting down. I believe he started sitting down for the anthem, right? Sitting down for the anthem, not singing it. Then, because, okay, in America, it's not against the law to not stand for the anthem. That's not against the law. You get the point? The anthem could be playing and I could be walking. I could be taking a walk. All right? And of course, in the UPK 101, UPK 101, kindergarten UPK, you learn to never salute the flag, and you don't stand for no anthem. All right. If you have a slavery, some brothers be in each those colleges or schools or high schools, and they have certain things they do. They sing the anthem and recite the pledge. You're not allowed to do that. You get excused. All right. You get excused. You leave the room. If you have to go to some kind of formal thing for your slavery and the anthem starts playing, you could just leave the room. Or you could sit there if you could take the heat for it after. You could just sit. Or you could just walk out. You could just leave the room or come late. All right? You could come late because you had your slavery, something for your slavery. You have to be there. You just come late. You get the point? It's not against the law. It's not against the law to walk during the national anthem. Right? I believe it's different in Trinidad. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think you could get locked up for walking during the anthem. I think you could for sure get locked up for not standing or walking during the national anthem. I believe it's against the law. My memory might be twisted on that, but I believe in Trinidad it's a bit different. So he started off sitting for the anthem. Then the military, they used the military argument of he is disrespecting the flag that the soldiers go to war and fight for, and in essence, he's disrespecting the soldiers. So to be more respectful to the soldiers, he should take a knee, because taking a knee is a sign of respect, right? Even in the UPK, I said it from day one. When he just started protesting, you brothers gonna start the Hebrew Academy shortly. You take a knee between the reps or the sets or the exercises, or when you're receiving instruction, and you taking a knee. I mean, okay, this is how I understood it. You would now finish one exercise, and the group would be moving to the next station, and the general would be there giving the instructions, and he would say, "All right, Akim, take a knee." So you taking one knee, and you up on one knee, and you looking and receiving instructions from a man whose command you are under, a man who you respect, whose command you are under. Taking a knee is a sign of respect. Military, whoever, he say he has a military partner, I don't know, right? They said, he could protest, but he could be respectful to the military who dies every day for people's right to sing the anthem and to protest the flag, right? So that's how he ended up taking a knee, because he wanted to respect the soldiers who died for the rights of, American rights, the right to protest, right? That's what they was hitting them with. These military men, they go and they fight for your rights in America, your rights of freedom. If this was another country, you couldn't do it. You can't disrespect the military because they fight for your rights to be free. Your right to protest. Your right to protest the flag is what the flag is all about. Try all that kind of, double talk and hypocrisy talk for him to stop the protest. He didn't. All right, and big up to him for that. He did what he could do with the power he has. The power he has, and with the spirit and the heart he has, he did what he could do. He ain't no priest of the Lord. All right, he ain't bringing nobody into the truth by it. But he definitely taking a stand for black people, and in this day and age, that should be recognized and applauded. Get the point? Especially on that scale where he risked his entire career. He risked a ton of money for that shit, right? So now he started doing it. Other brothers started doing it. But of course, Colin Kaepernick is a big name, well-recognized quarterback, broke some records. So he's the one that, the face of the NFL protest. There's another brother on the West Coast called Marshawn Lynch, right? A short brother. He a running back, short and stocky. He built up strong. He had dreadlocks, right? He straight down sits down during the national anthem. But they don't really highlight him too much because he has that atypical Judite spirit. He has that he's a quintessential Judite, and they don't want that spirit to really start taking over. They don't highlight him too much. When the NFL had started playing games outside of America to increase the popularity of the sport, right? They started playing some NFL games in the UK. They played one in Mexico recently. When they went to Mexico, Marshawn Lynch sat down for the American anthem, but stood up and put his hand across his chest for the Mexican anthem and said he stands with his brothers. That was his statement. Even the boots he wear, the football boots, the cleats, even had the Mexican flag on the boot, right? So he took a very bold stand. Get the point? Extremely bold, because that's, he's with it too. But he's been doing stuff like that a long time. So now it starts catching on. They claim that the networks is losing money because the footballers protesting. white people is up in arms over it, because again, what are we to them in their empire? What is our besides? Okay, no, let me ask that. What are we to them in their empire?
Flat out. We are their slaves in their empire.
We are their slaves, but something else. Who hand up in the back?
Right.
Go ahead.
The entertainment.
We are entertainment to them for the most part. Even in our poverty, we are entertainment. That's what World Star Hip Hop is about. You understand? That's what Divines was about. You remember Welvin? Got him, these nuts. You remember Welvin? Right? Welvin wasn't no millionaire. Welvin was a young brother from the hood, like every other brother, but he said something that was so entertaining to white people. And white people in their office, oh, did you see him? These nuts. Got him. And they make him viral because we entertain them. That's why they paid LeBron James $154 million over 4 years. We are their entertainment. You get the point? It's to make their life, more joyous and pleasing. You understand? Like you work so hard. Any of you brothers who ever been in sports, you sisters who ever been in sports, you all know there comes a time where you cross levels in sports, where you show up to practice or training one day, and then to make it to the next level, you train till you vomit. Train till you throw up. And it's not a one-time thing. Like damn near every training, you push yourself till you throw up and fall out and how to regain yourself. Because you trying to push your body to be at such a level where you're trying to push your body to be at such a level that you could compete highly. You going through all that pain, and all they're doing is paying, $100 and come and sit up in the rafters and laugh and enjoy you throwing a ball. You taking the hardest hits, getting concussions. You get the point? You running and dodging and dipping, spinning around and getting touchdowns. They enjoy that. You get the point? And what Colin Kaepernick was doing was interfering with their joy. You understand? Like American football is huge. Okay, you see like how the football we know is the world sport. Like the World Cup just finished. Damn near the rest outside of America, the rest of the globe literally shut down for World Cup. People was taking half days to watch games. The whole office done or work environment turned into the World Cup team. Right? If you in an office or you on a job site, some of your men is Frenchmen, some is Brazilian men, some is Argentinian. The whole world shut down for that. In America, American football is, brother, it's dead to the flag. It's damn near that high. Football in America is ridiculously, it's like a religion. And it's so heavy because damn near for the typical American male on a Sunday, that's the battle. Go to church or stay home and watch football. That's why a lot of the commercials used to be get direct TV and get a tablet and stream from anywhere, and you might see a man in church while the thing going on, he watching the football and he touchdown, and everybody is like, what he doing? Because it was so much into the American culture. And what Colin Kaepernick was doing, what the other brothers was doing, what Marshawn Lynch was doing, was interfering with their joy. You understand? It was interfering with their pastime. It was casting a shadow on, a good, wholesome American sport. You understand? That's why you had so many past NFL professional players saying, "Yeah, I get what he's doing, and he has a right cause, but let's just play football, man. The football pitch is no place for that type of politics. Let's not bring that into football. Football is where we all come together and where we all do this and we all do that, because it's another religion. It's been like that since the Greeks, and it's damn near dishonoring their God. You get the point? It's that serious. It's like dishonoring their God. You get the point? So now they started becoming a problem. They claim that the protest had them losing money. That filthy, disgusting cracker dog devil, Papa John, came out and said how since Colin Kaepernick was protesting, he was losing, I mean, a ton of money, like $1 million a day or something like that in revenue. Because of course, some people white people who love America was not watching the football if those men was protesting. If the game started and those men was protesting, they wasn't watching it. And if they ain't watching football, they're not ordering pizza. So that was his correlation. Now, he didn't provide any stats. He didn't bring up any statistics to show he was losing revenue. But he blamed losing revenue on Colin Kaepernick taking a knee and the whole political climate of police brutality and murders being brought into football. Now, understanding that, what was wrong with what he said? What was wrong with what that same Papa John said?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Not thinking politically or worldly, sir, but I'm thinking about, at least from trying to understand how our stand in the truth, nothing, sir, because he's a devil.
Say that one more time.
Oh, so thinking from a standpoint, that from the truth standpoint, I'm trying to understand how we're supposed to think in the truth. He's a devil, so he ain't saying nothing wrong. Like what devil is.
He did say something wrong. He did say something wrong. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. This is why the UPK is the UPK and the ISUPK is above everybody else. You know what I mean? It's Shalom, General Yabashim Shabbat, General Kobalomat. I think he checking it out. All right? This is why the UPK is so far above everybody else. All right? Hold on. Did we stick? All right, cool. Y'all there with me still? Testing.
Yeah.
All right. This is why the UPK is so far above everybody else. All right? All right. Goodbye. I think you might have yourself.
Salaki, sir?
You might have because when I speak, it's coming back to you. All right, cool. I get you now. Check and see if you have something playing in the background. Usually that's it, because the hangout shouldn't really reverb like that. Right? What Papa John said, or that if he is the dude, what he said, there was something very wrong with it. He was basically saying that Colin Kaepernick taking a knee is the reason that he is losing money. Right? What should he have said? Go ahead.
If I may say, if I seen it right now, in terms of what it is say, he should have been blaming the police and them who killing the people and them.
Give Sean a hand. Give Sean a hand. You blaming me because I'm crying. I'm crying during the 9 nights, during the wake. Imagine your family member died, and your neighbors blaming you because your lights is on till 2 in the morning and people showing up and crying and there ain't no place to park. And your neighbor coming and quarreling with you instead of the person who murdered your family. You get the point? You wanna blame your dollars being short on me having sympathy for my brothers, but yet still you ain't saying shit about them cops who murdering black people. You get the point? If Papa John is losing money, it's because of Darren Wilson, because Darren Wilson murdered Michael Brown. If Papa John losing money, it's because of Pantaleno and them 6 cops strangling Eric Garner. If Papa John is losing money, it is because of George Zimmerman murdering Trayvon Martin. It had nothing to do with taking no knee, because if they wasn't killing us, there would be no protest. You get the point? There would be 0 protest. So now, in typical white man fashion, that's what they always do. They always blame their losing money, the economy being bad on black people. When the economy crashed, you remember when the economy crashed in 2008, 2009? Right? Who did America blame for the economy crashing? If you all remember.
So lucky.
Go ahead, Gaba.
Black people and the housing market.
That's it. They were
Or
saying
people
black
in the
people.
housing market.
Go ahead, bring it out. Go ahead.
They're saying that black people in the housing market because they couldn't afford their homes.
They were saying black people were defaulting on all their loans. They was not paying their loans on time. And because of that, the housing market was not getting their money on time. And they were short on money and the economy crashed, which is bullshit. You all ever heard of the Lehman Brothers? Anybody ever heard about Bernie Madoff? Madoff made off with all the goddamn money. That's why. In that Ponzi scheme. Stole money through Fannie Mae. So what's the other one? What's the other big lending house they got, Gabar? I forget the other one.
Freddie something? Freddie.
Was Freddie Mac? No. Some other big lending house, right? Along with Lehman Brothers. They did a whole ton of racketing and Ponzi schemes where they went to banks. When you put your money in the bank, right? They give you 3% a year, 2 point something a year. What they do is they take your money and they invest it. They gamble with your money on the stock market and invest in other companies. And they give you a 3% return, which is nothing. And on top of that, charge you for keeping your money in the bank. Bernie Madoff and all them white boys had different investment schemes and Ponzi schemes and hedge funds that involved the banking industry and was taking money. And what happened? It was a scheme where they was just stealing the money, and they took money from the banks and it collapsed the economy. It had nothing to do with black people. It had absolutely nothing to do with black people, but they blamed us for it anyway. You get the point? It's America's. It's an American thing to blame the slave for everything. You understand? You blame the slaves for everything. So now, Trump. Make America great again. We need to do something about these niggas spoiling our football. They're spoiling the game. They're bringing all this, they're nothing but terrorists. They're just disrespectful and blah, 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 blah. Trump saying we need to get them out. If they don't want to, if they don't appreciate our flag and what we give them, they don't need to be playing, which is such a slave thing to say. Imagine a slave crying to you because you're beating his back. And then you turn around and tell him, look at all this food I gave you. Look at all this free food. And the clothes on your back. And the barn you're sleeping. You're not grateful for that? And of course, in our minds, we're like, well, hold up, wait. He is giving me food. He is giving me clothes. Nah. You get the point? First off, devil, you owe me food and clothes. You owe that to me. That ain't no goddamn favor. My foreparents don't work for that. Everything you give me today is you owe me. It's not something that I'm taking from you. You owe me, and really, you're short. You're paying me the bare minimum. It's like having a credit card payment, and your credit card bill is $3,000, but they tell you pay $25 a month just for the minimum payment. Anything the white man gives to black people today for quote unquote free is like a minimum payment on a huge credit bill, because he's operating on 400 years of my ancestors' lives and 400 years of my ancestors' backs. You get the point? The only reason they could enjoy football is because slaves picked cotton. That's the only reason. The only reason the football the NFL is what it is right now is because black players are in it. Ain't nobody watching no white boys play. You get the point? Just like the World Cup. The World Cup just finished. I know you're gonna be more familiar with the other football, right? The real football, Salakia Gabar. The real football. All right, the real football for all the brothers watching Salakia. The one you actually use your feet and a ball.
Right.
Salakia. The class is not about that. All right, I'm just joking. All right. Right, y'all know that World Cup. Anybody sit down and watch Switzerland play I don't know, Poland? Anybody watch that game? Why? Y'all okay, anybody sit down and watch Switzerland play Czechoslovakia? Anybody watch that game? Czechoslovakia wasn't even in the World Cup. But if there was, nobody would even watch it because it's white boys playing. Everybody want to see niggas play. You understand that? Damn near the whole world, you know, stopped watching when Brazil lost.
Right.
Point, damn near the whole world was like, all right, I'm done. My World Cup is over. Brazil lost. I don't want to see nothing no more. Like nobody, these games, these sports, these control warfare, which is what it really is. That's what sports is. Sports is an avenue for men to exert their aggression and masculinity in warfare without actually killing. You understand? That's what sport is. Without sport, there would be killings. There would be, you know, more. It would be more, you know, wars. You get the point? Internally, it was something to help control the people, and you know, you get your aggression out. Nobody wants to see white people do anything. You get the point? Colin Kaepernick took a knee because of the murders of his people. Trump now came and said we should, you know, make a law that they can't kneel. And I believe they changed the NFL rules right now where they can't kneel. They'll be fined. They'll be heavily fined if they're caught kneeling. Now he did, after that, he did say what we should do is just get them out the NFL altogether. Now, NFL owners are what? Rich, old white men. 99%, they Republican. Real old, you know, conservative Republican. Right? I miss the good old days Republican. You get the point? Don't eyeball me, nigga, Republican. You get the point? So now, when Trump says that, he's talking to them. He's putting it out there that, listen now, if you all decide to do this, I'm gonna back you all. You know what I mean? He came out and said the NFL made a new rule. If they kneel down, they get fined. He said if you're not going to show respect to the anthem and the flag, stay in the locker room and come out after. Right? As if that's gonna help. But he did go on to say we should get them out, meaning you NFL owners, if you all want to put something together to just get rid of these rebellious niggas, I'll back you for it. Now, is Trump saying we need to get them out of the NFL a good thing or a bad thing?
Is Salakia
Go ahead.
is a good thing in a sense. It would stop entertaining, but it's a bad thing because at the same time we try and survive.
Okay, I would take the first answer. It's a good thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. These NFL players, brother. Okay, you know, on an American football team, there's something called a kicker or a punter, right? What's his job?
Just to make it in the field goal, Salakia, sir.
Yeah, all he doing is he coming on to kick off the game, to kick a field goal, or to kick it down after they done wasted the four downs, right? They took the 4 attempts, they didn't advance the 10 yards, and they kick it down to the next team. He probably gets $1 million a year, and he plays seconds in a game. Literally, if you add up all the time he's on the field, if you get a minute, that's a lot. The time that he's actually on the field, his whole job is just to kick. It's just to kick. You can't survive on $1 million a year. It ain't about survival. It ain't about survival. You get the point? Like, them niggas could survive on way less. There's so much of us surviving on not even a fraction of that. You understand? It's not even a fraction of that. You understand? I'm halfway praying they do put a law in that to get them out of the NFL. You know why? Because guess what will happen? Guess what those football players will go do?
Sell drugs.
Nope, they're not going to go sell drugs. Back there. Nigel, go ahead.
They start their own business.
They're going to start their own football league because they love football.
Okay.
And they have enough money that, listen, Cracker, if I can't play for you, I'll play for myself. And there's brothers who don't start their own league already. That Master P have a league. Where's the other one? LeVar Ball. With the 3 sons, Big Baller Brand. With the sons who was in China. He has his own league. That's why why you think the media always, you are bad parents, you're too hard on your boys, you're this, you're that, because he's doing something to separate his sons from America, right? He's doing something that to give himself a little bit of power, and that type of spirit they don't like, so they put it in the media, how he's this, he's that, he's the other, he's a bad father. Look how his son shoplifted. His son shoplifted. Listen, them Kennedys had a brother who raped a white woman in Florida, got her drunk, crashed the car, the bitch died, walked out the car, and never went to jail. And he's a goddamn Kennedy. You could look that up. He's not one of them who made it to the presidency, but they had a brother he done took the broad, raped the broad. She drunk in the car, crashed the car, the bitch dead, walked out the car, and that was it. You understand? That was it.
Like I said.
Go ahead.
I think that a movie as well.
For sure, because it's fact. So don't tell me nothing about shoplifting is an issue, right? So now what Trump is doing with that is just to talk to white America. It's old money talking to old money. You get the point? Old money talking to old money. Give me hold on, Lamentations just now. Give me Isaiah 51 and 23. Isaiah 51 and 23.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 51 and verse 23. But I will put into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground, and as a street to them that went over.
Right? You understand that?
Yeah.
What does it say?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Yes, so I don't know if it is Lord saying that that He'll put the power into Esau's hand. He will tell us then, hey, bow down. Watch me now. We had to use all in now. Bow down, humble yourself, so that we could use all it to get rich, so we could have own money, and we could oppress all in. Unless supposed to say nothing about it. We're talking about.
You on it. It's not so much that the Lord is putting. Okay, they're in charge, but okay, remember in Baruch. Give me Baruch 4 and 6. Give me Baruch 4 and 6 real quick.
So like I said,
Go ahead.
just bringing the metaphor of when slavery times where they would have persons lay on the ground as a red carpet, technically a to walk on them. So
That's true. That's true. That's true. That's definitely what they did. Right? You could use that for this, but it's a lot. There's another level to it, which is where you're gonna find out now.
Want me to read it, sir? Oh.
Yeah, give me Baruch 4 and 6. Somebody who have it read it real quick.
Okay, sir. Baruch chapter 4, verse 6. He was sold to the nations, not for your destruction,
Right?
but because he moved God, the Most High power to wrath, he was delivered unto the enemies.
Right? Like the reason why we went into slavery wasn't for our destruction. You understand? The Lord didn't put us into slavery to, number one, have our identity taken from us, to suffer the mass destruction we're suffering right now. You get the point? Let me take the identity part back, because he did say, I will discontinue from thine heritage. But the point I'm making is that what we're going through in American slavery, that's not what the Lord intended for us. Right? You were sold to the nations not for your destruction, but as a punishment. You understand? And the Lord's wrath, he gave us over to them to be punished. But what they did, they forwarded the affliction. Right? That's in Zechariah 15, I believe. Zechariah 15. Somebody pull it. Anybody know where it is?
Yeah.
1 second.
Oh, 14 chapters, sir.
Wait, it's saying.
It's not here. The only one I know by heart is the 12. You can smell waving holes in the eyes.
No. Zechariah 1 and 15, something totally different. Give me Zechariah 1 and 15.
Oh, slack it, sir. I have it. All of you have it?
Yeah.
All right. Zechariah chapter 1, verse 15. And I'm very sore, displeased with the heathen that are at ease.
Right? The Lord is saying, I am angry with these nations that are at ease. Like their life is easy. Their life is easy compared to our life. We serve them. The Chinese man come across here, kill 2 dogs, make millions of dollars a year because we just go buy from him. His life is easy. He's illegal immigrant, ain't icing kicking in his doors. His life is easy. You get the point? He speaks no English and got a business. His life is easy. The East Indian life is easy. The Arab is a terrorist act and got rights more than anybody. You understand? Their lives are easy. Lord said, I am sore displeased with the heathen, meaning I'm very angry with them. Go ahead.
For I was but a little displeased, and they held forward the affliction.
Right? The Lord was just a little angry with us, like any parent would. The Lord was angry with us, yes. He gave us to them to serve slavery, not to be set on fire and raped, not to have your children taken from you and sold, not to then put drugs in your community and heroin and crack and weed and everything else, not to turn your young boys into homosexuals and your young women into whores and lesbians. You understand? They forwarded our affliction, meaning they raised it up. They ratcheted it up. Get the point? They ratcheted it up. It's an old school thing where okay, and I'm not saying calling Esau on your people is the right thing to do all the damn time, but it's an old school thing where you have a young brother giving trouble or a young sister giving trouble. You go down to the station and you get an officer to come talk to them, but the officer would come up as if he's going to arrest them, right? Come up and say, listen, man, we got to take it down. And he'll talk to them, and you don't. That's where they get that Scared Straight. You ever see Scared Straight on NBC? That's where they get that from, because it's an old school additional way of method of disciplining, right? It doesn't work today because, of course, Esau coming to get bodies today, right? But it's before where you know who the brother who's the cop, or you might know some brother who's a tough brother in the area. Everybody know him, respect him. Right? He might come and talk to you, to scare some sense into you. Now imagine you call somebody to talk to your son or your daughter or your niece or your nephew, and you leave them alone for a second and they take out a baseball bat and start beating the piss out of your kid. Say, listen, I didn't call you here for that. I called you to speak to them because I know they respect you and blah, 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 blah. Or I know you would know how to toughen them up. I ain't call you to beat them half to death. You get the point? Heathens, they forwarded our affliction. They forwarded it. They know who we are. They know the real Jews. They still feed us pork. Tell you is, General So Chicken or whatever. You get the point? They do evil things to us because of who they are. Go ahead, Nigel.
Like I said, after, I think it was yesterday that we did an article where think it's either California or Canada, one of those countries, one of those county countries that one of the police chiefs, as well as government officers, to have a perfect crime solve rate. What the chief instructed them to arrest any black person for the crimes. So they would make up charges, they would set up individuals, plan drugs, just to, like if there was a murder or a robbery and they didn't find nobody, they would look for the closest black person to fit that and pin that charge on them to get a perfect record, solving record.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's in Florida. I'm gonna tell you the name. It's oh boy. It's a small suburb in Florida.
Yeah.
Biscayne. I think it's Biscayne, Florida.
Yeah.
That's where it is. Biscayne. You just pick up anybody and just put whatever it is on there. Like they would do all that to us. Right? Even if there's our people working on the force, they would do all that to us. You get the point? So what they did to us is they raised the affliction. They made it worse for us. All right. So now go back to Isaiah 51 and start at 20.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 20. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets, as a wild bull in a net.
Right? Thy sons have fainted. Right? Our male element, our masculinity has done fainted, has done grown weak as a nation. Right? We lie at the head of every street. You all know what that means. We're on the corners, just hanging out. They're mad at us for being on the corners, but they don't understand. They set the conditions where brothers is just, that's, brothers damn near done giving up. Get the point? Go ahead.
They are full of the fury of the Lord.
They are full of the fury of the Lord. You get the point? They're feeling the oppression from the Lord. Right? The oppression they feel, they're getting angry. And they know, okay, it's the Lord the Lord have us in this situation, but also the Lord is angry at what's going on, how the heathens dealing with us. And brothers are angry too. You get the point? Brothers are angry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
They are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God.
Keep going. Keep going.
Therefore, hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine.
Right? He's saying, therefore, hear now this, thou who are afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. Right? What are we talking about there?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Is it oppression and grief?
Say that again, huh?
Is it oppression and grief?
I know. I don't understand what you're saying.
Like you're drunk with, I say, oppression and grief. Like you're fed up. You're
okay, no. We drunk with one thing and one thing only.
So like yes, sir.
Go ahead, Lewis.
It's sleep. They need to be awakened by the truth.
That's what the drunkenness is. Being sleep and being drunken is the same expression. But what is putting us to sleep? What has us drunk? The bar?
The doctrines of churches and of the society.
One word.
Doctrines.
One word. Go ahead.
Christianity, sir.
Thank you. You're like all this foreplay and all this warm up. Stick it in, according to John Piper. You're like all this whining and dining. Yeah, the philosophies and stick it in. She'll get used to it.
Yes.
Christianity, Akio. Get to the point, right? Get to the point with it. Christianity is making us drunk. Christianity is rocking us to sleep. It's a sweet lullaby. It's a sweet, sweet lullaby. It's rocking us to sleep. So read the verse again.
Therefore hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine.
Right? Hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. Talking the same brothers, how he said thy brothers are fainted on the corner. He say, you afflicted and you drunken, but not with wine. You listen to this. Go ahead.
Thus said the Lord. Thus said thy Lord, the Lord, and thy God that pleadeth the cause for his people.
Go ahead.
Behold, I have taken out thine hand and the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again.
What is the Lord saying there?
Like I said,
Go ahead.
is he saying that he will no longer be angry with us?
Okay, I need a little bit more. You're right. You are right, but I need a little bit more. Go ahead.
Time of our punishment is coming time.
You're right, but I need a little bit more.
Go
ahead.
No more Christianity.
Give Rocky a hand. I'll take that too. No more Christianity. And Rocky, that's so heavy because he did say, I'll take the cup of affliction. I'll take that thing that's making you all drunk and I'll give it to somebody else, which is that Christianity. But let me sum it up. Let me sum it up for you. What he's saying is that a time is he is all the oppression we under, all the slavery, second-class citizen, all the nations eating and feeding off of us, all the internal symptoms we have of being slaves, of black on black crime, single parent families, abortion, drugs, incarceration, hatred amongst blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, all that, he is going to take that from us. Even the dregs of the cup. What's the dregs of the cup?
Over. Sir.
Say again, Louis.
Like the leftover from it?
Leftover, what's settled? Settled in the bottom of the cup. You understand? Whatever settled in the bottom of the cup and then is done full of, everything that's done soaked into there, so it's bitter and, people typically don't drink that, right? But we've been drinking it. We've been drinking it hard. He's going to take all that from us, right? And what is he going to do with it? Who was reading?
Thou shalt drink no more drink it again.
So, yes, sir.
Go ahead, Sean.
We're talking about like how when a white man kill a black woman's son, the children say, well, you pray for him and they want to hug him up and all that. That when you take away that and reveal the truth to the people and then they'll no longer that and then they'll stop doing that garbage.
It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. It's a little bit bigger. Go ahead.
The drugs that we were drinking, our persons will get the same.
Say that one more time.
Punishment, the drugs and the cup that we were drinking, our oppressors will get that to drink.
That's it. That's it. All right, give him a hand. You understand? That's it. Like the scriptures say, the turning of things upside down. All right? Like what we going through, the white man is going to go through in the future. The Chinese, the Arab, the African, they're all going to go through it in the future. He's going to take the cup of affliction from us and give it to them to drink. You understand? They're going to start sipping from that cup now. All right, keep going.
23. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over, and thou hast laid thy body as the ground.
right? So he's saying, I am going to put this cup of affliction in the hands of them that say to you, bow down, nigga. Get down, humble down, back down. Don't protest. Run up and down the field, nigga. Catch the ball, score the touchdown, dunk, dribble, shoot the three-pointer, shut your mouth. Dance, sing, shake your ass, shut your mouth. You get the point? Listen now, that everybody love Beyonce, right? All y'all love Beyonce? Y'all love Beyonce, right? She's a sister. Yeah, good night. Hell. She is a sister. All right. She's Israel. All the prayers for Beyonce stop, right? Listen now. Beyonce had, okay, you know them artists, right? Some artists are big in America. Some artists are big worldwide, right? And sometimes it doesn't always be that the artist that's huge in America is the artist that's big worldwide, right? Some artists are big on both platforms. So, they go on tour, they do shows, concerts everywhere else. Beyonce them was, she, Jay-Z and somebody else was contracted to do a concert for Muammar Gaddafi's son or relative or some shit like that. This was just around the time where America was ramping up to go kill Gaddafi. Beyonce gave the money back. Now, she already signed the contract, gave the money back, and said that, she cannot in the goodness of fate perform this song over there, knowing that her country has an issue with this country for terrorism and blah, blah, blah. In other words, she did it as a sign to America to say, I'm all about the paper, but I stand with you. Right? Then she sang, either she sang or she wrote this song. What's the national boy? Hold on. Okay, this is the song. Y'all listen to it, all right? If tomorrow, I don't know if you all ever seen this before, ever heard the damn song. This was either soon after that incident or maybe, I think it was after. All right, but this is the song. If tomorrow all the things were gone, worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my family by my side, I thank my lucky stars to be living here today. Cause the flag still stands for freedom, and you can't take that away. Now y'all hear them lyrics. If tomorrow everything was gone, I'm lucky to be standing here because the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away, right? And I'm proud to be an American, proudly star. I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that to me. I will at least. And it's so hypocritical. I'm sorry, Salafi. I know she a sister, but boy, Lord help. Right? She said, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died to give that right to me. Now, it's geared towards the military. But shit, the people who pick cotton is the ones who give you any right. Your forefathers is the one. Go ahead, Gabar.
I think that song is was a country song first.
It was a country song first, and she redid it.
Wow. It
was around the time of that whole thing. I think it was just after Obama got inaugurated too.
Right.
It was a sign from her of patriotism. Right? The song got rave reviews. Stand up next to you and defend her still today. She sang this over. She sang this over. There ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA, right? Now, you're familiar with Beyonce's song Formation? You familiar with the song, right? You seen the video? Okay. The song mentions nothing about police brutality. There's no mention in the song about police brutality. But in the video, there's little subliminal things. There's a cop car underwater. There's yeah, that's right. It is an old song that Beyonce sang over. I'm just reading some of the comments. It is an old song, right? But she sang it over and put her stamp on it. And I remember when she did, it received rave reviews because of how she did it, right? And that song Formation, she's in a video. They have not a video. She did a Super Bowl performance with her in a type of Black Panther looking type way, but it was in all black with the ammunition going across them, the woman, and there was mass outcry from white America that Beyonce was anti-police. Where Giuliani said how she's inciting hatred against the police. She had a concert in Florida. The cops refused to give her an escort because of the video. Now, nowhere in the video she said anything about police brutality. No way. Now, this is a woman that done gave money back because of American politics. Done breathe life into an old American dead-ass song. I guarantee you the original song like trash. Right? Like how it always sung until an Israelite touch it. And now, let's say she did make a song about police brutality. This is how you turn your back on her. This is how you treat her. You get the point? After she done gave money back, broke a contract, sang the song, she proud to be American. Even if she did sing a song and protest about it, now you not doing to do your job, which is what you're supposed to do, secure high-profile people. This is them, Mark. This is them who say bow down. You understand? This is them who say bow down to you. In other words, bitch, just shut up and sing. Shake your ass. Bootylicious, right? Bootylicious. No, ain't nobody say nothing when she had them two faggots dressed as women on stage in what's the song when she twisted her hand like this?
Ring on it, sir.
Ring on it.
Ring on it, yeah.
Right? The ring on it. The video every brother was watching on mute. Every brother would watch the video on mute. Let me get you a little secret. Them two women dancing with her was two niggas. Go watch it over.
Right.
Damn near all Beyonce videos for the last 5 years has been transsexuals on the stage with her. It wasn't women. It was niggas. I'm telling you, go watch it over. Go check it out. All right? Like all that, that's not a problem. But the minute our people stand up for us, shut up and sing, nigga. The minute they start bouncing a ball, shut up and play. Right? The Lord say he'll take the cup of affliction from us and put it into the hands of them who did afflict us, who said, who bend your souls over, bow down that we may walk over you. You understand? They would much rather Kaepernick just cry in the locker room over Trayvon Martin and man up and come out and play. You understand? That's what they would rather. They would rather you mourn in silence. They would rather you die in total quietness and not disrupt the football. Yes, so what, a nigga died? So what? You know, we're talking about football here. You get the point? We're talking about football. Who cares about anything else? You understand? Somebody had their hand up?
Like I said.
Yeah.
I think also they're looking at the negative publicity in terms of advertising, and more likely the owners of the football teams would lose, money. It's like a bad taste in the mouth.
Yeah, but what about the lives we lose? You could always make money. You can't make another man.
They don't care about that.
They don't care nothing about that. You understand? When the brothers in Baltimore burned the CVS and the Rite Aid down, they was talking about how they riot and they destroyed property. every business, what do you have to have as a business?
Salaki.
Go ahead, Gabar.
Insurance.
Say it again.
Insurance.
Say it one more time.
Insurance.
You have to have insurance in case what happens?
In case damage happens to your business, fire, water damage, anything.
In case the business burned down.
Mm-hmm.
And the business did burn down. So, which means they could rebuild that business.
Right.
Right? Freddie Gray not coming back. You can't rebuild him. You could make another child and name him Freddie Gray, but you can't rebuild him. You get me? Can't rebuild him. Let me give you another example. This devil.
There's no border between Iraq and Syria.
All right. This is in the middle of the St. Louis riots with Michael Brown. All right. This is in the middle of the St. Louis riots with Michael Brown. This is Fox News. This was a famous, well, she's still kind of famous news anchor called Megyn Kelly. All right.
Mm-hmm.
This is around the time James Foley. You all know who James Foley is? Okay, James Foley was an American reporter who they claim ISIS cut his head off. He was the first one in the whole series of beheadings. You remember there was a time every damn month is some reporter getting their head cut off live on TV? Right, James Foley was the first one. He was an American reporter. He was the first major one. Michael Brown died. The next week, ISIS cut the head off of James Foley. All right? So while they're showing you the riots in St. Louis and how they're militarizing the police and they're talking about all the brutality, this is what happened.
There's no border between Iraq and Syria, wants to expand beyond that, and based on some accounts, has upwards of 80,000 fighters.
Hold on. I realize, I realize something's happening in Ferguson, but we're talking about something important here. So can you...
Hold on, you heard what she said, right?
Yeah.
Okay, again.
I realize something's happening in Ferguson, but we're talking about something important here. So can you at least realize...
Okay, the man, he's giving you a background on the Middle East. Even though they're showing Ferguson on TV. They're showing you Ferguson live pictures of the riots, the riot cops, how they're pulling people out, beating them. The man who's speaking is a correspondent giving you a background of what's happening in the Middle East, of why the Muslim Brotherhood and the Arab Spring is rising up, where ISIS is coming from, the borders with Syria and this and that, because they was talking about James Foley, right? So he's giving you the background with Syria and the borders and ISIS and everything else like that. And she interrupts him and gets pissed off because they keep showing the St. Louis riots.
There's no border between Iraq and Syria, wants to expand beyond that, and based on some accounts, has upwards of 80,000 fighters.
Hold on. I realize, I realize something's happening in Ferguson, but we're talking about something important here. So can you at least split screen the video? Look, it's the protesters and the police are clashing again. All right, they're clashing again. But we're talking about the death of an American who was beheaded, and Pete deserves his say.
Fuck you, you bitch. Excuse my language. Salat. Excuse my language. Salat, yeah. I'll never forget this clip. I'll never forget it because I was gutted the first time I heard it. Because I was still a little green and naive and didn't know the white man would just say certain things on TV. And they did this on purpose. They were showing the footage of how they were rioting in St. Louis because they killed Michael Brown. It was a straight up murder, right? She gets on there and says, hold on. I realize something is happening in St. Louis right now, but we're talking about something important. Yeah, look, I get it. The cops and the rioters, they're rioting. All right, good and fine. But we are talking about something important here. The life of an American who was beheaded. Yeah, no problem. I got you. You sorry about James Foley. I'm sorry about Michael Brown. And if Michael Brown's life is not important to you, James Foley's life is not important to me. Let ISIS cut off the head of every reporter. I don't give a damn. No, I'm not saying they should go get all of them and cut their heads off. But what I'm saying is if you can't feel my pain, don't be mad when I don't care about yours.
I'm right.
You understand? Don't be mad. right? It's equal opportunity, right? And we all equal, we all American. Well, if my pain don't matter to you, your pain don't matter to me. You understand? So that's the spirit of America. That's them who say bow down that we may go over. Yeah, your son got murdered. He got his face blown away. No problem. All right, something important happening here. This reporter got his head cut off. This reporter got his head cut off. Oh, boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. When Michael Brown got shot, what did they do? Didn't they go and get his, say how he had a criminal record, he was selling drugs, pull up some tape with him fighting the store owner, and see how he robbed the store? He did not rob the store. The store owner robbed him and he wanted his money back.
Right.
And that's how the argument happened. He wanted his change back. The store owner didn't want to give him back. Then the store owner later threw the change at him, which is what these heathens do to you, these East Indians and these Arabs. And Michael Brown got upset and then threw the damn cart down. They try to paint a picture like he's a criminal and he deserved his death. But how do I know James Foley wasn't raping some Arab's baby over there while he was reporting? He wasn't reporting 24/7 Y'all know that. Y'all know he takes breaks in between. There's one thing I know about white men when they leave American shores. One thing I know about white Christian men, Christians on the whole, once they leave America's shores, they go raping, robbing, and molesting everything. They go in Australia, they go in the Philippines. The Philippines, forget about it. Philippines, forget it. Any child that can't run too fast is sitting on a white man's lap. How do I know Foley wasn't over there getting high and raping somebody's child? But they'll never put that about him on the TV. You understand? They'll never put that. They'll say he's American, it's important that he dies. But when ours die, it's not important. You understand? So what that whole thing with Trump, it was to suppress, it's to suppress the connection between black people. It's to suppress it. It's to make you say, well, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know, Michael Brown, he probably was a criminal anyway. He's no good. Trayvon Martin, he's just, whatever. It's to make you say that. Like them purple faggots. Them purple faggots, they in that vein of thought. You understand? That if a brother gets arrested, he's the evilest thing on the earth and he is everything wrong with the community. You get the point? What you going to say, Sean?
Yes, sir, yeah. It's not like extreme, sir, but excuse me for saying it. But I don't know why some of them don't end up, some boss ride over them, you know what I mean? And split them in half and then they have to survive and suffer. Yeah.
All that coming out, don't worry about it. Just think big scale. I hear you with the bus and stuff, but I want to be able to have a shipment of slaves coming in, brother.
Yeah.
I want to sell a boatload of them. I want to, you see like what's going on now after the World Cup with the transfer market, and where Hazard going and Ronaldo going here and this. I want to take young baby, Nicholas.
Right.
Hey, listen, man, I have a baby here. How much you want the transfer window closing? I'm gonna send it down to that plantation you got, Masimba. Masimba is the farmer down there. Masimba, you need a baby to crawl around and see about the bees. And I transfer them. Go ahead.
That's the name of my son. I gotta change the name.
Say again?
That's the name of my son, so I gotta change it.
Shit, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about all that gonna come. Don't worry about it. All that gonna come. You're talking in the spirits. All right, so you get the point with Donald Trump, right, Galawan?
Okay.
That's them. They want us to bow down so they could go over. They don't care what's going on in our community with us. All they need to know is make my life easier, nigga. Make me smile. Make me dance. Make me, Which let me run right into the next question you had about Psalms. Right, about the Psalms. You wanted to know the difference between Psalms and hymns? Okay, Psalms and hymns is supposed to be the same thing, but of course, that shit in the Christian church ain't no hymn. Right? Psalms is a song of praise. It comes from the sound David would make with the guitar, or what in the Bible is called a harp. That thumb from a guitar, when you play a guitar, when you strum a guitar, that thumb, that's where the word comes from, that psalm. I think it's Zamar in Hebrew, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's Zamar, Samar, something like that. It's songs we would sing. It's songs that we would sing as Israelites, but it ain't gospel music. It ain't Kirk Franklin. You understand? It ain't that. You get the point? It ain't them hymns. You get the point? It's you know, prepare slaughter. It's loyal to the king. It's, you know, swing low, sweet chariot. Give me some more. What we got? Take ground. Right? It's that. It's more that. Go ahead, Lewis.
Yeah, bro. About times with the brothers that are
You break Lewis, you're breaking up a whole lot. You're breaking up a whole lot. You there?
Like the music that we in I.S.U.P.K, like all the brothers the rhyme so.
You asking if our music is more songs to the Lord? That's yes. Our music is more songs to the Lord. You understand? Our music, the music that comes out of UPK is holy and good as the day is old. Get the point? It's holy and good as the day is old. Now give me Psalms 137. One. Who had the question? You?
Nah, Sean.
Sean, give me Psalms 137.
Yes, sir. Right. Well, I come up with something one, sir.
Come on out.
God. The book of Psalms, chapter 137, verse 1. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yea, we wept when we remembered Zion.
Right? Y'all know them old dry ass Edomites had sang this song. It's this thing over this whole psalm. I damn near can't even read the psalm without hearing their old nasal voice singing with the bad organ in the background. I forget the name of them, but you know, them Edomites sing the song and it's damn near spoil the shit out. But this is okay. Just imagine this is David writing this, and okay, understanding the truth and understanding oppression and understanding what we faced with. Imagine the spirit he writes in this with. And he's like, by the rivers of Babylon where we sat down. There we wept when we remembered Zion. You understand? Meaning what? This is a sad state we're in. We sad. We in Babylon and we remember in a time where we was in rulership, where we in our glory. You get the point? Go ahead.
Verse 2. We hung our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof.
Right? What does that mean?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
It means that we should only get tight with the corner, sir. We have the. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
So, what the willows is that my explain it a little bit more. In other words, when we were facing trouble, we had to hang it up. We couldn't play it. We could not play the instruments no more. So.
Little too literal. You're somewhere in between what he was just saying. Read it one more time.
We hung our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof.
Come on out. That's it?
That's it, sir. The Nancy McFarlane thing is on the one.
No, so anybody else want to take a shot? Go ahead, Lewis.
It's saying like when we you know pray.
Say again. Louis, your connection is real poor, real bad. You wanna hang up and let me try and send the invites again for you?
Sarcasm.
Go ahead, Art.
The harp is like a musical instrument. So they hang the harps on the tree. A willow is a tree.
A willow is a tree. It's not literal. A harp in the Bible is a guitar. It's not that big thing you be seeing in Greece and Rome. That big thing. It's not that. A harp in the Bible is a guitar. Just look up harp in the Bible, you'll see it's a guitar. David played the guitar just like most Judites are gifted with music. Right? The average Judite, he starts spitting, you wonder why he ain't on the radio. Right? David was gifted with music. He's saying we hanged our harps on the willow. The willow is a big, droopy tree. Come on.
Yes, sir. That is when they hang the musicians, they hang the same men on the trees.
Okay, but that's not what this is saying.
All right.
Go ahead.
They stop singing joyful songs.
That's more it.
All right, go.
He's saying we hang our harps on the willow. Meaning, the willow is a big, droopy, sad-looking tree. It's not,
Depressing tree.
It ain't a Christmas tree. It ain't, it's a gloomy, droopy-looking tree, but it's big. It's huge, and even how the tree, the leaves and the branches grow, it hangs down. In a ton of horror movies, you see it. In a ton of movies where something sad is going on, that tree is in the back as a setting of sadness. So if the harp is on that sad tree, the music that comes from the harp is going to be sad. And that's why our music is the way it is. Talking about oppression, talking about this, talking about that. It's sad because of we in Babylon, right? Go ahead.
Verse 3. For they that carried us away captive required of us a song.
You understand? In our captivity, our slave masters require us to sing. But what kind of songs do our slave masters want to hear?
So lucky.
Go ahead.
They want to hear happy songs.
Exactly. Our slave masters don't want to hear whoop whoop is the song of the police. Officer, overseer. Our slave masters don't want to hear 911 is a joke in your town, a public enemy. Our slave masters don't want to hear, what else? What other songs that we had? That was so right and talking about slavery and talking about the oppression and talking about all the drugs and how, America hates us. They don't want to hear that. You understand? They want to hear, turn up. Go get your money, little duffel bag boy. They don't want to hear. I'm going to give you a prime example, especially for Benjamites. America don't want to hear Christopher Columbus was a damn blasted liar. Right? You remember that song? You remember that burning spear? Christopher Columbus is a damn blasted liar. Right? How could he discover a land where so much Arawak and Taino Indians lived in before? Right? And in the end of the song, what's so heavy? What does he say in the end of the song? Come on. Shit, I'm pulling your card now. Let me see y'all. Y'all Benjamins, right? I'm hearing crickets. In the end of the song, he says something so heavy. If you know it, say it.
I need love and devotion.
Whoever doing that, cut that out. All right, those of you who not familiar with it, all right. This is Burning Spear. Burning Spear is a famous reggae artist, right? Foundation is what you would call those type of men. All right. So it looks like, right? This, you know, if they could just get rid of the dreads, they would be halfway right there, ready to come in school, right? This is. He had a song called Christopher Columbus. All right, I'm gonna play a little bit of it for you. Right? So before he was saying, I'm gonna translate it for you, because I know most people ain't, their ears ain't gonna be in tune with reggae. Again, you some education, hell. Right? He said Christopher Columbus is a damn blasted liar. He said, after I consider, he said how could he be the first one to discover the land, right?
And he's the first one who discovered Jamaica.
Right? He's saying, how could he be the first one to discover Jamaica? So he asked him, he said, what about the Arawak Indian, who is basically the Taino Indians, and the few black brothers who were down there before him? So the whole song is about that. That's what he's saying. What about these people who was living there before him? What they wasn't, that's not their land? No, and the hook, the chorus is Christopher Columbus is a liar. He's a liar. There was people here before him. Now in the end of the song, this is what he says. At the end of the song, he says, come on, 12 tribes of Israel. Come on, 12 tribes of Israel. Now, most brothers in the Caribbean heard of Burning Spear before, right?
No, I got it.
For everybody else who watching, the brothers who in America, who are you know, in the other parts of the world, right? Have you all ever heard Burning Spear before? That name? Have you ever heard that song before? All right, just type in yes if you heard it, no if you haven't heard it. If you have never heard that song before, if you haven't heard it, just type it in. Right? Brother say I.S.U.P.K. I.S.U.P.K. is down there in Louisiana. He said he's not familiar. He said she is. Right? I.S.U.P.K. said he's not familiar with it. He never even heard about it before. All right? I guess it's probably a delay. Anyway, most people have not heard that song before. And if they have, they really, you know, probably never even pay attention to the lyrics, right? Never even, you know, even know what he was talking about. Rosa Marie Andrews say no, never. Patrina Wright say never. Batazar said never. He never heard the song, never even heard of Burning Spear. Now let me ask you all this, all right? I want you all, the same people who say they never heard of Burning Spear, tell me if you ever heard this song before. Ooh. Ooh. Y'all feel love? And all the hippies and the rastas like this right now. Everybody heard that song, right? Everybody know that song, right? I know y'all know him. Y'all know what year he was born. Y'all know his whole name, Robert Nestor Marley. Anybody know Burning Spear name? Nobody know Burning Spear name. Y'all know Bob Marley children. You don't know Burning Spear children. You know why? Because Burning Spear challenged the white man and his history and his philosophy. and Bob Marley is the white devil who brought everybody together. They require of us a song. But how could we sing a song in Babylon? They don't want to hear Burning Spear song. They want us to sing one love, one heart. Let's get together and be all right. That's what they want us to sing. That's why Bob Marley was so goddamn popular, because his songs, if Bob Marley was alive today, he would have a homosexual in his band. He would not be against homosexuality. He would not. There would be no issue with it. He would not be against none of that shit. You get the point? Burden Spear, Peter Tosh, all them foundation men, they were strongly against Babylon. Burn down Babylon, burn down Babylon, fire for the Pope, the Queen, fire for the Vatican. Bob Marley, no. The song, what they want, the entertainment they want is what Bob Marley presents. You get the point? Right? In the same spirit of, I don't want to hear nothing about that. I want to hear, you know, this thing over here. You know, all love. You get the point? That's it. So the psalms and the hymns is supposed to be the same thing, but what you have today as hymns in the church, it's not hymns.
Okay.
All right, it's not hymns. Okay, give me. We good with that?
All right,
no sweat. Give me. Give me 1 Timothy chapter 2. And somebody else had a question about Deuteronomy. Salak. Okay, somebody grab Deuteronomy 28 and 20. Deuteronomy 28, 20. Verse 20, verse 45, verse 50 and 51 real quick. Somebody wanted a breakdown on that real quick. I'm going to go into it, and then we're going to get a little bit on the topic I wanted to bring out tonight.
Hola, ¿quién sabe?
I'm sorry, Timothy first.
Nah, give me Deuteronomy first. Just hold Timothy for now.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 20. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke. All that thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings. Thereby thou art forsaken me. Verse 21.
Right, now give me what's the other verses I asked for? 40, 45, 50, and 51.
Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he hath commanded thee. Verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle, and the fruit of thy land, until thou be destroyed.
Right? All these is descriptions of curses or punishments that we would have. Right? All these is descriptions of curses and punishments that we would have and would have to go through. And it's part of our slavery. It's part of what the Lord said would happen to us if we disobeyed him. A nation of fierce countenance, who doesn't regard the old or the young, that's the white man. That is who he is. Right? He would eat the fruit of our cattle and kind, that's him. Everything we work hard for, he gets the first of it. All right? He gets the first of it first, all right? Hold on 1 second. You have some trouble. Hey, I'm gonna put you on speaker, all right? Just put your phone on mute and you can listen to the class through the phone, all right? All right, just put your phone on mute. If you have a question, just unmute your phone, and you could just ask your question then. All right. All right, no sweat. And verse 20, when it said the Lord will smite you with madness and all that stuff, it's because, again, the oppression and captivity, all these are the curses we under. We definitely under the curses. But this white man is not, he is not in any way saying, oh, damn, these Israelites, they had enough. They had enough, yo, let's ease up off of them. He is turning it up. He is forwarding the affliction, right? So I hope you understand that. All right, give me what I wanted before 1 Timothy. No, what's it? 2 Timothy?
1 Timothy.
No, give me 2 Timothy 2 and 1.
The book of 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 1. Thou, therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Christ Jesus.
Uh-huh.
And the thing that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also.
What is that talking about? What's that talking about?
Like I said.
Go ahead.
We're talking about, talking to Timothy, letting him know that the training that he will get, and he should also raise up men as well.
When he's saying be strong in the grace that is Yahushua. Be strong in the grace that is in Yahushua. Who's that all the way in the back there? What's going on, Shalom? You have some Shabbat. You want to take a shot at it? No sweat, no sweat.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Yahushua HaMashiach. Be strong in the strength and the peace that is given by knowing.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Be strong in the grace that is in Yahushua.
I would say strength.
Okay, yeah, explain it, but keep it simple. Be strong in the grace that is in Yahushua.
I'm sorry, I can take a try.
Come on, Galawan.
Grace is that time period. So when it's be strong in the grace, and then don't get tempted. Be strong so you won't get tempted in that grace of your house.
You're right, grace is the time period. That's an excellent place to start with it because that's what Christians don't understand. Grace is that time period. Explain a little bit more the time period.
Like this.
Go ahead.
Be strong in the time you are alive. Still be our shot.
Explain a little bit more.
Time in the truth.
Okay. Grace is a time when you would have been dead, that you are given a second chance, right? You're given a second chance. Officer Lahab, be strong in the second chance. That's right. Take advantage of the second chance Christ gave you. Like we're supposed to all be dead. We're supposed to all be either physically in the grave or fully in the world Christian doing God knows what right now. You're not supposed to know nothing about no goddamn Passover. You ain't supposed to know nothing about half of y'all would be hiding women. You'll have women in the phone, and Clyde have about 2 broads named Rocky. So when the phone ring is Rocky. Now baby is Rocky calling. Y'all would be hiding broads right now if it wasn't for Christ. There would be no Passover, y'all wouldn't be doing nothing. Y'all wouldn't care about them brothers and silas. Good job y'all did this week. I'll give you all a hand, brother. Y'all did an excellent job down there, brother. Excellent job down there. And I'm sure the brothers and sisters that came out, they're going to want to hear more from you all. So this is right on point, right on topic. about being strong in that faith, in the time, in the truth, in your second chance. Why? So that you don't fail and blow your second chance, and so that you could now fish another brother or sister to their second chance. You get the point? Be strong in it. You understand? Go ahead, Lewis. Go ahead. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
When I had another class, when he had died for us, I was the sacrifice, so we have to make the same sacrifice in his name. Is that saying the same thing?
Yeah, it is saying the same thing. The explanation is just a little bit different because of the topic. But now, okay, Christ died in your place. Now you have to die in his place, meaning you have to kill your old man. He got put to death so that your old man doesn't die. Now he's not here. You have to kill your old man and live his life for him, since he decided to give up his life for you. You understand? Now you have to change who you are. You get the point? Now you have to become brand new. Now you have to go do what he would do if he was here. Christians always talk about what would Jesus do? What would Jesus do? WWJD. You all ever see them shirts and them wristbands? I can tell you what Jesus wouldn't do. He wouldn't eat pork. He wouldn't eat shrimp. He wouldn't be a faggot. That's what he wouldn't do. You understand? They're always about what would Jesus do, but they don't understand it because they're not in the truth. So it's the same thing. Grace is a period of time that you have to get right. From the time Christ died to the time he returns. You have until Christ returns to get yourself fully right and, you know, make his sacrifice worthy. That he could come back and look at you and be like, you know, I'm glad I gave my life for this brother. He took it serious. I'm glad I gave my life for this sister. She took it seriously. She didn't play with this thing once she got it. So he's saying, be strong in the grace. Be strong. Now, in your second chance, are you going to be perfect? Huh?
Answer.
You're going to strive for perfection, but remember, you coming out of the world, you're going to make mistakes, right? You're going to bump your head a little bit. The pressures of the world going to attack you. The scriptures say a righteous man falls 7 times, right? How does a righteous man fall 7 times? One simple answer.
Slack it, sir.
Go ahead.
After you get back up, sir.
Right. Okay, pride could be one of the things that make you fall. And that's a good answer. Right? Because of course the scripture, pride goeth before fall. So pride could be one of the things that do make you fall. But the answer I was looking for is, for you to fall 7 times mean you get back up 6 times. You understand? You don't fall and lay flat on your face and be like, oh, poor me. I could never do right. Oh, this just ain't for me. Look at me. I done fell. You understand? Which is a certain amount of pride too. With all that sadness and melancholy and depression, there's a certain amount of pride of, so what you fell? Get back up. How many of you all rode a bike the first time I rode it perfectly? Never. I know I used to fall all the goddamn time. I pick up the bike and threw it down a goddamn hill and came back for it the next day. I was like, fuck this shit, excuse my language. I was like, fuck this shit, ain't shit. Listen, I'm from the old school, them old BMX without the rubber pedals, with the metallic ones. Brother, you put that shit out, your shins is in trouble, brother. Shins is in trouble. That shit, brother, I literally picked the bike up and threw it down a hill and left it there. I was like, that's Lord, give me 2 legs, I could walk. I don't need no goddamn bike. But of course, I went back and got on the bike the next day and learned to ride. You get the point? You're going to fall, you're going to make mistakes. But being strong is being able to get back up. That's how you get strength, getting back up. Get back up. That's how you get strength. All right? Until one day you ain't going to fall. You understand? Until one day you could stand strong. And guess what's going to happen when you stand strong?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
You will be able to teach somebody else how to get back up.
God damn. Got one Sean done growing up. Sean, go ahead, Sean. Go ahead. That wasn't even the answer I was thinking about, but shit, how to go with that one? Right on. Now you could teach somebody else how to be strong because you know how to be strong. You understand? You know, you done took some licks, you done turned some hits. You know what it is. So now you could teach somebody else to be strong. That's the brotherhood of Christ. You get me? All right, keep reading again from verse 2.
Verse 2. And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also.
Right? And the same things you learn, you commit those to what type of men?
Faithful men.
What type of men?
Faithful men.
Faithful men. Faithful men who shall be able to teach others also, which is why Sean's answer was so perfect. Commit that to faithful men. Keep reading.
Verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Jesus Christ.
Read that again.
Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua.
What is he saying?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Sudaka.
What chapter it is, but Yahushua was saying that he's coming to baptize us with the Holy Ghost, with the Holy Spirit, fire. When that time arrives, we have to be able to be a good soldier. We have to be able to go through that trial.
You have to be able to go through the fire.
Okay.
You have to be able to go through the fire. Now, you're right. You're absolutely right with it. And it was a perfect reference with what you talk about Yahushua, right?
Yeah.
Now, a soldier, just think about it. Just have this vision in your head. A soldier going through fire. How is he going to get through the fire? Go ahead, Lewis. No. You're going too far. Lewis, you're going too far. None of us will ever be a sacrificial lamb like Christ was because none of us is perfect. You understand? Like, even if you change and come in the truth and obey every single law, you will never be as good as Christ because Christ never, ever sinned from day one. You understand? Never, ever sinned from day one. Right? Hold on 1 second. Right? Okay, a soldier on a battlefield. Salakia, who had the hand up? Who had the hand up first between Sean and Sudaka?
Sure.
Sean, go ahead.
Slack, sir. If I may, sir, if I don't know if I said it right, but the soldier, if you remember his training and run through the fire, he won't stop.
You remember his training? I'll take that. Akim? Or Slakia, Sudaka, you had the hand up?
Yes, sir. So like, I was going to say that soldier will have brothers with him, or his comrades.
You'd have righteous men with him. That's correct.
Yes, sir.
Masimba?
Yeah, I will say he'll go through the fire by not being distracted, sir.
He'll not be distracted. I'll take that one on top of everything because that's more on what I'm going to. Akim?
Answer. The soldier will wear the whatever apparel that is available to him, sir.
He would get girded up right to make it through the fire. You'd make sure and suit himself up, not just physically but spiritually. There's something like, Andrew. Oh, you thought I didn't see her. I see you put your head up. I say, Andrew, do this.
You'll endure hardness, sir.
You'll endure hardness. Okay, but think about it. You're on the battlefield. It's firefight. It's guns blazing. You under fire, right? You got to go through the fire. How are you making it through the fire? You are soldier now.
Yes, sir.
1 second, Lewis. 1 second. Whenever you say Salakia, wait until the teacher gives you the clearance to give your answer. Don't say Salakia and blurt it out. This is for everybody, all right?
All
right. I will say maintain discipline. That's correct. Lahab say focus. That's correct. But something else I'm looking for.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
By keeping in mind the purpose of the mission, sir.
Keeping in mind the purpose of the mission. All that's good. All that's good. Keeping in mind the purpose of the mission. Staying focused. Staying with your brothers. There's something else. All right, Andrew, who else plays sports besides Andrew in the room? I don't like to always pick on Andrew. But if I have to, I'll pick on Andrew. Who else plays some kind of football or cricket or something? Andrew's the only man? Rocky? All right, Rocky, big game, right?
Yeah.
It's a called semis in Skinner Park, right? You're still playing Skinner Park or Manny Ramjan now?
Yes, yeah. Two of them
sometime, right? Big called semis in Skinner Park, right? You going on to play for your school. Next team bringing the heat up. I mean, straight up fire going on. Them men playing ball and they kicking you all off the ball. You all know how them intercall games be is be a bloodbath when it reach that stage. As soon as the referee turn it back, you get a cuff in your head, an elbow in your guts, somebody kicking you in your back. You know what I mean? You know how it be. How are you making it through the game? How are you going to win the game? You are a player, which is in essence a soldier.
Endurance?
Endurance is good. Endurance is good. There's something else. Who are the hand up there? Who's that? Clyde?
Remember your training, sir?
Remember your training is good, brother. But okay, I see who lift trophies now. I see the men who lift trophies. Go ahead,
Bad mind, sir.
Say again?
Bad mind.
Bad mind. You see why Trinidad not in the World Cup, all right? I hope you all see it. Andrew, 87 minutes. We down 1-0. We need an equalizer to go into extra time. How do you go through the fire?
I take in front, sir. I need that.
Salakia.
Go ahead, come on.
You gotta push yourself.
Salakia, I exposing you all tonight. I exposing you all a little bit tonight. Don't worry about it.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Fighting back.
Okay, you're fighting back, but something else. There's some I see in glory, sir, perseverance, zeal. There's something else, There's something else that, okay, you see it in every, I like to use the sports arena because that's, most brothers can identify with it, and it's warfare. All right, who in the back there, Sweetaka?
So is it that you have a strategy?
You have a strategy. You want it.
Execute it.
Oh, Salaki.
Gaba,
You make a plan.
you are a soldier.
Like I said,
Go ahead.
you follow the instructions of your commander.
Give him a goddamn hand. Salakia. Fucking hell. I need a drink. Yeah. God damn, man. I thought we was going to lose the war for a second, Gaba. I thought the Russians was coming out. I thought they was coming. I thought, it was a wrap. Then Nigel kick in the door with some orders and be like, yo, you, mark the flank, mark the man on the left. You, pick up in the middle here. You hold him. I want the ball down the flank, over the top. Cross balls only. The tired. They ain't jumping.
Right.
Right? Andrew, tell how much times you get put on the sideline, Andrew, and some coach gave some ridiculous order?
Right through.
Right through. You is like, what he telling me to just run at him? Man, that ain't working.
Yeah.
And in your mind, but what you gonna do on the sideline? Are you gonna turn to your coach and be like, oh, coach, that ain't working enough? Or coach, nah, I ain't doing that. What you do?
Follow instructions.
Follow your goddamn orders.
Yeah.
You on the sideline, yeah. How much time you seen the NBA finals? They come with the little the clipboard. Them niggas be drawing the hell out of the X's, O's. You do this, all that. You are a soldier. A soldier gets instructed. Executes instructions. You cannot serve Christ and be a Christian. You understand? You cannot serve Christ and not be able to follow orders. It's impossible. It's impossible. No amount of zeal can replace direction. Scripture, and I'm gonna be impressed. Today I'm gonna be impressed. Go ahead.
Obedience is better than sacrifice.
Not good enough, grasshopper, but your kung fu is improving.
So like yes, sir.
Go ahead.
2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 4.
Let me hear.
No man that work entangled himself with the affairs of this life.
That was a good try, Ak. That was a good try. That was a good try. There's something else.
So like yes, sir.
Go ahead.
No man can serve two masters, sir.
No man can serve two masters, it's true. Something else.
So like yes, sir. One more try, sir. Hebrews 13:17, sir.
I'm gonna tell you up front, no, but go ahead.
Hebrews 13:17, sir. Obey them that have the rule over you, sir.
That's a scripture for it, but not for what I said. What I said was, zeal could never replace direction.
Oh, so like yes, sir. One last one.
No, I think Musimba get the jump on you.
Good.
As I mentioned, zeal, sir, I want to bring this scripture where it's saying that my people have a zeal for God, but it's not according to knowledge.
Give him a hand. Romans 10:2. You understand? So now all y'all who like play harder, run harder. What does it say? Be a leader. Andrew's like, shit. I'm done with the team strategy. I'm gonna do my own thing. With all due respect, brother, I love all you brothers, but that's Christian. And you see my Trinidad don't be in the World Cup. Every Trinidad World Cup game, what has happened around the 65th minute, Andrew? Around 65 minutes, the first half Trinidad playing good as shit. Good. Around 65 minutes, what has happened?
Showtime.
Showtime. That's the word, Showtime. The center back want to overlap and be a striker.
Yeah.
Man in the middle want to, stop in the middle of the field and drag and spanner and fan everybody. And, Who's the Trinidad keeper? John Williams? Yeah, and at the end, he counting 4. All the highlights is with him like this. Because at a certain time, everybody just stopped following the orders. And then the coach had to come and say, well, we had a good first half, but what happened is we didn't stick to the strategy. I believe, we have to work on finishing and blah, blah, blah. But really, it's just lack of discipline. You understand? Lack of discipline, it will sink any ship out. It will sink any single ship. But discipline and having direction, even if the ship is sinking, nothing gonna happen to nobody. Get the point? Right? To endure hardness as a soldier is being able to follow orders under fire. You understand? Just think about it. There's gunfire all around. Your initial reaction is to do what?
Yes.
Go ahead. Take cover or
Sir.
Go ahead.
Preserve yourself.
Run. Your initial reaction is to run. That's the mindset of a civilian. But you're a soldier. So what does that mean?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
You have to endure. You have to follow instructions. You have to do exactly as you command.
It means that while other people run away, you run towards it. You get the point? It means while civilians get to do what they want, you have orders, which is to go handle that business. Now, I'm using that as an extreme example because everybody could understand, everybody would be able to understand being in a gunfight that who the hell wants to stick around? The common sense thing would be to leave. If you're a Christian, that's a good answer. If you're a civilian, if you're a bystander, you just, you go home and you pay your tithes and that's fine. Brother, but if you one of these soldiers here, that's piss poor. That's piss poor. You can't stand with these men. You understand? You can't stand shoulder to shoulder with these men. And these men shouldn't want to stand with you. That's the bigger thing. It's one thing to say you ain't fit to be in this group. It's another thing for the group to say you ain't fit to be in this group. You get the point? That's integrity. No, you have the group holding the integrity of Yahushua to say, oh, wait, hold up. What? He did what? He said what? Nah, you gotta get the fuck out of here with that shit. Excuse my language. You gotta roll out. That shit can't happen. Come on, we gonna square this away. We gonna sort this out. You get the point? One bad apple.
Or the whole bunch.
That's it. You get the point?
Oh,
Judas was one man. And because of Judas, Christ was executed. Remember, the Romans didn't know who Christ was. It didn't have no Instagram. It didn't have no FaceTime. Christ didn't FaceTime his miracles. You know what I mean? He wasn't like, all right, we're going live. You're all about to change some water into wine. Y'all with me? What's up, Simon? What's up, Paul? Hey, Shalom, man. Yeah, this bottle here. Whew, purple. Wow. None of that shit. Christ was doing miracles and nobody knew who he was. You understand? Judas had to go make the deal, and then he said, "The one who I salute is the one who you wanna grab." And he walked up to Yahushua and he saluted him just before the soldiers came up. You understand? Primarily, be strong in the grace of Yahushua and follow your orders. That's your life in the UPK. That's your life. You understand? Your life, you came in the UPK, you was watching videos of boot kisses and shit, right? You get seduced in. You was like, oh shit, I want some of that. I want boot kisses. I'll call the white man the devil. I want to go here, there, and everywhere. I want some wives. That's what most brothers like. Oh shit, wives from everywhere? Well, who's the one who take your blood, Andrew, the Venezuelan? Oh, that was Rocky.
That's me, sir.
That was you? Oh, okay, yeah, I know that. Right? Listen, Doc, your life is over. What you wanted is over. You think Galawan want to be down here on Sunday night? I can tell you straight up, Galawan don't want to be here. Galawan was, Galawan wearing the Prada shoes and the Louis Vuitton belts, drinking the expensive liquor up in Movie Town somewhere. He didn't want to be here. But Galawan knew from the time he called my number, his life was over. And I told him that. I gave him the option. I said, listen, brother, think about it. Think about it. You're ready now. Think about it, because there's no turning back here. No matter what time I call you, you got to pick up that phone. If I give you an order from here, you have to go do it. Regardless of whether you think you could do it, whether you want to do it, that's irrelevant. You understand? And Galawan thought about it and came back and said, that's what I want. You get the point? That's why he sits where he sits. That's why he's the man. Listen, he reports and checks in and give me a whole synopsis of what's going on all the time, every time. It's down there like I'm in Trinidad right now. You understand? Galawan is a perfect officer, as perfect as I could ask for to build that country over there. You get the point? And you all should be thankful the Lord set a man like that in your presence, in your midst, to get leadership and guidance and brotherhood from. You understand? Now, with that said, if Galawan tell you to run off a fucking cliff arc, start running. You understand? Don't even ask which cliff. Just run until you find one and throw your ass over. You understand? Just do it. And with that said, Galawan, knowing that these men done pledge their loyalty to you because you serve Christ and will obey you, you be very careful the orders you give them, because you will be held responsible. You understand? That is perfection. That is an army. That's a unit. That's brotherhood. I know these men will do whatever I say, so I watch what I say. I know this brother is over me and is way far ahead than I am, so I will do whatever he tells me to do. I'll follow that order. Of course, as long as it's lawful. Right? If God won't tell you all eat pork, somebody call me ASAP. Right? And I'll give you the order to go kick in his door, take all the equipment back, take his shirts, his all the beads he wearing, the headpiece, take the boots, take the fringes, take the thread in the fringes, and then just bring it to me. Right? And even with his pork sandwich. All right? That's perfect. That's a perfect body. Now, if you can't handle that, brother, just think about it. Send me a message. You don't even have to go to Galawan. You can send me a message directly. So like I said, I don't think I could do that. I believe in free will. I think everybody have the right to their own opinion and all that shit. I say to water, brother, I understand no sweat. I wouldn't hate you for it. I wouldn't have no problem with you. You know what problem I would have? If you're front and staying here right now, and then 2 years later, you done causing problems because you can't follow no orders. I'd be like, I done waste 2 years on this motherfucker. Excuse me, language. I'll be mad then. I ain't gonna be mad if you say, listen, I ain't ready for this now. It's too much. I still have my own ideas of how things supposed to go. And, I really want to explore that. I'll say, well, go ahead and explore it, brother. Let me know how it goes. You know what I mean? Let me know, keep in contact. Let me know how the exploration is going. All right? Let me know how your voyage into the into how to say to boldly go where no man has gone before. Let me know if you find Captain Kirk and the Vulcan and all of them. All right? Just go explore everything. I don't need to explore because I follow the orders of a man who already knows everything, and I just listen to what he teaches and does what he says to me. Okay. Therefore, I don't need to explore. After class and after camp and after Hebrew Academy, I got meat to go take care of. I got meat to go take care of Akim. You understand? No, I ain't talking sirloin. You get the point? While you out exploring, I'm gonna go explore this meat I got over here. You understand? So go explore. We'll exchange notes after. No, I'm saying that to say this, Akim. Think about it. Let me know if you're ready. Let me know if this is something you want. You understand? Let me know if this is something you want. Andrew, you know it. In the 87th minute, your coach might take you as a striker and tell you go play sweeper.
Yeah.
You understand? And how will you feel about that?
I feel depressed, but you have to do it.
You got to do it. Because you know why? Maybe you better at marking their striker. The man who terrorizing our defense, you have the height and size and quickness to match him. And guess what? Who is the best person to defend a striker?
A striker.
Ah! But a player don't know that. A coach does. You have a forward player who is good as shit. He's good. You need another good forward player on him. You understand? A man who's thinking like how he thinks. A man who would go left when he goes left. Because it's just what a striker would do. You get the point? In the 88th minute, I might say, Andrew, go play a center back for me. You understand? And I might put somebody else up front who is not a striker but has the physical ability to get the job done. Just follow the order. You understand? Just follow the order. If we win, who gets the glory?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Whole team.
The whole team, but who's the one they say, you know, put the everything together?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Coach.
And if they lose, who gets the blame?
Coach.
All right then. So what's your problem? What are you worried about? You understand?
Yeah.
Get the point? Now, I'm giving you a grown man's talk tonight, Akim. A grown man's talk, all right? This is for some growth. Your hair is supposed to be growing right now as the class going on. Your hair and your chest is supposed to be growing a little bit more. This is a grown man talk. You'll understand what you're about to get into. You understand? Understand it. Your life is over. All right, I'm telling you straight up. You wanna come and follow Galawan and break records and rock Trinidad off the damn Richter scale? Your life is over. All your ambitions and your inner thoughts and your vision of how things supposed to be, all that shit is gone. You are soldier now, which means you receive and carry orders. And if you're a very good soldier, eventually you'll be the one giving orders. You'll be receiving orders and giving them orders to other men. You understand? You cannot serve Christ and be a Christian. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. A Christian is not a soldier. All right? With that, we pass the class over to Priest and Officer Galawan.
Okay. This is the I.S.U.P.K security announcement. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yahanna. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Right? Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. Means tenth in Hebrew, and is pronounced ma'aishara. 10% of every penny, of every increase the Lord gives you,
give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give, right? Upcoming holy convocation, which is the memorial of the blowing of trumpets, which is Monday the 10th of September 2018. You'll find that in Leviticus chapter 23, verse 24 to 25. Remind Akiam and Aquathian to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, like shirts, like pants, like headband or scarf.
All right. Also, too, Akim, you know, we have all them events coming up. I know they had in Indianapolis right now, wrapping up Indianapolis for that Black Expo next week. Next weekend is Chicago for the Bantu Festival. They're gonna be down there, same thing. You know what I mean? Having tables, oils, flyers. They're gonna have the presents down there. Gonna be in Chicago. What is it? August 4th. August 4th is the ISUPK annual cookout in Harlem, New York. Up there, I believe it's Marcus Garvey Park. I'm not sure. I believe it's Marcus Garvey Park. And the 5th, you have Cesariak having that lecture on the 5th. The 5th at the school in New York. I believe that's the location for it. You have all those events coming up. You all make sure and like, share, subscribe to all our material. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter. Share everything, Akim. Share it like, you know, it was money. Share it like, no, don't share it like money because y'all don't share money. But share it like y'all would share everything. You know what I mean? Share it, make sure it's tawab, make sure it's solid, make sure everybody see it. You know what I mean? What we're doing, because the earth needs to see this. Israel needs to be built, and the UPK is the only one to build it. All right? Go ahead, Galawan.
Okay. All right, I'm Matthew. I just stand and face the east. All right, you're going to see the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa. Shemaya. Kwadash. Aya. Shamka. Yahawa. Malakwaka. Ratazaka. Aya. Aisha. Maharakaza. Kawa. Aya. Bashemaya. Nathan. Lanawa. Laham. Kal. Yawam. Wasalak Lanawa. Kawawak Nawa. Kasalak Nawa. Kawawak Yanawa. Walaha. Tabaya Nawa. Banasayawan. Habal. Kawashai Nawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Wahala. Bahasa Paras. La'ai Walyamyan. Amen.
The English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not to temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
Right? When I say Hakak, the power of prayer in Hebrew, Yahweh.
Bahashim, Yahawashi, Babakasha, Natan Nanawa, Haka, Larapa, Kalma Kahlia, Wakal Madawa, Haka, Lataha, Kamatazarayam, Haka, Laha Kwayam, Kamasyam, Haka, Alra Kakwas, Alra Kakwas, Ha Tama Allah, Lagarashan, Hashem, Yahawashi, Tawada, Amen.
Yahweh. Name of Yahawashi. Please. Give us the power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. Power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahawashi.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
We say the blessings for our prayer in the Hebrew. Barak. Hasaya. Hasa. Yahweh. Wa Yahawashi. Wama Yakala. Wa Alahayim. Matazabaya. Alawap Yahanna. Ha Alawap Yam. Hazaran Yam. Ha Patazayan Yam. Ha Ya Yal Yam. Wa'aka Wafyan. Yahweh. Bahashim. Yahawashi. Wara.
Bless you, Yahweh. And Yahawashi. And Michael. And the angels. And the General Yahanna. The generals. Captains. The officers. Troopers. And sisters. Yahweh. Name of Yahawashi. Thank you. So be it. We'll say the prayer for the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh. King of heaven and earth. And all things living. Yahweh. Name of Yahawashi. Listen to us now. Right now. Evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. And death to the heathen. That speak against us. Thy prophets. The teachers. The princes. The priests. Israelite brothers. And the school. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. And death to the heathen. And shake loose. The pockets of the rich of Israel. That refuse to give to the school. Force their riches. To enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. And death to the Edomites. And the nations. And their drug dealers. The court system. The prison system. Planned Parenthood. All the governments of our enemies. Amalek synagogues and armies. Roman Catholic Church.
Roman
Roman
Catholic Church,
Catholic Church,
the Pope,
the
the
Pope,
Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia,
the militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan
Skinheads,
Skinheads,
Skinhead,
Wasikomatazzi,
Wasikomatazzi,
the gay movement,
Gay Movement,
Gay Movement,
lesbian movement,
Lesbian Movement,
spies,
Spies,
workers of witchcraft,
Workers of Witchcraft,
NASA space programs,
NASA Space Program,
Army,
Army,
Navy,
Navy,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marines,
Marine,
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet
Open up the internet
and the airways,
and the airways,
cable access channels,
cable access channels,
and the radio channels.
and the radio channels.
Convict the spirit
Convict the spirit
of any of thy people
any of thy people
that seek to stop us
that seek to stop us
and bring swift death
and bring swift death
to all the heathen
to all the heathen
that stand in the way
that stand in the way
or try to stop us
or try to stop us
from broadcasting your words
or broadcasting your words
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet
Earth.
Let loose all the terrorists.
Let loose all the terrorists.
All the terrorists.
Cause them to go to and fro
Cause them to go to and fro
through the earth
through the earth
and destroy.
and destroy.
Cause the terrorists
Cause the terrorists
to come against America
come against America
and destroy them
and destroy them
in their strongholds.
in their strongholds.
Let America shake
Let America shake
at the hands of the terrorists.
at the hands of the terrorists.
Let Yahushua,
Let Yahushua,
Michael and Gabriel
Michael and Gabriel
come down with the flying saucers
come down with the flying saucers
and kill all the heathens
and kill all the heathens
that come up against us
that come up against us
as we speak thy word.
as we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all
Cause it to be known by all
that it is the angels that had done it.
that it is the angels that have
done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media
Cause it to be spread through the media
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
So be it.
All right, my special, you're going to say the blessed Israel prayer in Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem.
Hashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahushua.
Barak Lanawa.
Barak Lanawa.
Baya Sharala.
Ayashala.
Baya.
Abaya.
Safariam.
Safariam.
Barak.
Barak.
Magan.
Hagan.
Taza Warrior Allah. Yash Kabawad and family. Yakazaka Allah. Yakazaka Allah. Lahab. It's the Kawana. Every brother and sister fighting to come into the truth.
Every brother and sister fighting to
come into the truth.
Every brother and sister of the I.S.U.P.K.
Every brother and sister of the I.S.U.P.K.
All the caps of the I.S.U.P.K.
All the caps of the I.S.U.P.K.
All right. Go ahead. That's it.
All the brothers and sisters fighting to come into the truth.
All the brothers and sisters fighting to come into the truth.
Richard's family.
Richard's family. Cooper family.
All the brothers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K.
All the brothers and sisters in the
I.S.U.P.K.
Yeah, that's it.
Just go in order. Whoever is next to you.
All the brothers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K.
All the brothers and sisters
in the I.S.U.P.K.
The Dakota family. The Philip family. All the brothers and black in the I.S.U.P.K.
All the brothers and black in the I.S.U.P.K.
Fighting to come into the truth.
All the brothers and sisters fighting to come into the truth.
Commander General Yahanna.
Commander General Yahanna.
All the generals.
All the generals.
Captains.
Captains.
The officers. Troopers. All the brothers in black.
All the brothers in black.
Ali. Zoe. Zuri.
Zuri.
Zara.
Next man.
All the brothers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K.
All the brothers and sisters
in the I.S.U.P.K.
Sisters and children coming into the I.S.U.P.K.
All the brothers and sisters and children coming to the I.S.U.P.K.
Generals.
Captains.
Officers.
Troopers.
Sisters.
Brothers in black.
All the brothers in black.
All the men. All the women.
All the women.
Children in the I.S.U.P.K. All those are coming into the I.S.U.P.K. Risa. Nicholas. Nathan. Nikoto family. John family. All the other families in the I.S.U.P.K.
All the other families in the I.S.U.P.K.
All the brothers and sisters of the I.S.U.P.K.
All the brothers and sisters of the I.S.U.P.K. All of Israel. Christian. Darius. Daniela.
And all the I.S.U.P.K. brothers in Trinidad.
All the I.S.U.P.K. brothers in Trinidad.
All the brothers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K.
All the brothers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K.
Sisters that donated to the drive.
All the brothers and sisters that donated to the drive. Kadima.
The Trinidad and Tobago branch of the I.S.U.P.K.
Trinidad and Tobago branch of the I.S.U.P.K.
And I.S.U.P.K. all over the world.
Commander General Yahanna.
Commander General Yahanna.
Generals.
All the generals. The officers. Troopers. Brothers in black. Sisters. Children. And their households.
All the brothers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K.
All the brothers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K. I.S.U.P.K. family. Trinidad. I.S.U.P.K. family. In the world. Haley. Zayden. Andrew. Atisha.
All right, yeah, like.
Finish your prayer.
Okay. Bahashim. Yahweh Shai.
Go ahead. Say it in English.
In English, what we said was, Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai.
You don't have to repeat it. Galawan, you just say what we said in English.
Okay. Bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. So everyone get the teacher one courtesy salute. I imagine Shabbat. I imagine Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakathum.
Sister. I imagine get the sister that one courtesy salute. I imagine Shabbat. I'm sister, you could hold it. But imagine Barak. Yahweh Shai. Yamata. God is with.
Hey, goodbye to water again. Link up
I'm
next
the boss, sir. No sweat.
All right.
Sign Christ.
Also, to just on that Facebook Messenger, just text me a number.
Kind of one cancer.
All right, just text me a number on Messenger, Baba Pashah. All right, Lord allow next week. All right.
Kind of one cancer. Yeah, Bashima Shah.
Shabbat